What's up, y'all? Welcome back to my channel and welcome to this week's What's for Dinner video. I'm going to share with you a few meals that I made for my family this past week that we thoroughly enjoyed to hopefully give you some ideas and inspiration on meals to feed your family. If you're new here, hello and welcome. My name is Jennifer. I'm so happy you stopped by. I share grocery hauls, meal plans, and What's for Dinner videos on this channel every single week. And if you are not new here, you will know that I am no culinary expert. And we just have some real life meals over here, nothing fancy and nothing complicated. We just get our mouths fed and get on with our day. Yes. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. Let's get on into it. This first meal here, y'all, ain't nothing special. I'm gonna be honest. A couple of nights a week, my husband Jeff works later than usual, so there's really no point in making a huge mess in the kitchen. It's nights like these where we usually either do leftovers or you get something out of the freezer like we're doing here. So here we have us some good old Jack's pizzas. Let me tell you guys, these pizzas are pretty decent for $2.50. I really need to get me a good pizza stone. Do you use a pizza stone when you cook pizzas? And if you do you find that it's worth it? Just curious. These are some good pizzas. This is my boy's favorite dinner of the week. Blow your pizza, it's hot. Blow it. Blow it. It's hot. Good job. So we had not had hobo dinners in quite a while, so I felt like it was time. This has to be one of the simplest, most filling meals I make. So usually I mix in a packet of French onion soup mix, but I did not do that tonight. I just decided not to, and it still turned out amazing, you guys. But this is all you'll need to make this recipe yourself. You'll need hamburger, potatoes, carrots, onion powder, garlic powder, salt, pepper, non-stick spray, and some tin foil. Adjust the amounts according to how big your family eats. So the first thing I'm doing here is I'm gonna go ahead and season my hamburger with some onion powder, garlic powder, salt, and pepper to taste. And this is where I would normally add in that French onion soup mix if you decide to do that. Alright, you guys, and you know the best way to incorporate all this seasonings is just by using your good old hands. Alright, and once we get the meat all seasoned up, I'm going to go ahead and make some patties. I'm making me a peace sign here because I'm hoping for peace tonight. Alright, I'm going to set that aside, and now I'm going to go ahead and spray my tinfoil down with some olive oil spray here so we don't have anything sticking. And just a note, you can make your packets according to the person that's going to be eating it. So I did make a smaller one for Hayden and a larger one for Jeff. And mine is the mama bear in the middle. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and peel and cut these potatoes, and I'm cutting them down pretty small so they will cook quickly. I'm going to give them a quick spray as well, and I'm also going to season them with some salt and pepper. Alrighty, so now I'm gonna go ahead and add my hamburger patties in, and I did put a dimple in the top of them to hopefully keep them from shrinking up so much. And now I'm gonna add in some onion to the top, and as you can see, the middle one here is mine because I love onion, and the two on the side, they don't love onion, so I gave them a little less. Alright, now I'm going to go ahead and wrap these bad boys up, and we're going to throw them in the oven on 375 for 45 minutes. And I would recommend putting these on a sheet pan before you put them in the oven, because sometimes they can leak and that'll just make a big mess in your oven that you don't want. Alright, and here we have it. Dinner is served. I like to eat this with A1 steak sauce and ketchup because I like to have options. Alrighty, you guys. If you have ever been intimidated by making chicken fried rice, like me, you really need to check this recipe out. So these are all the ingredients that you will need. I will leave the recipe link down below for you. I did find it on Pinterest and I could not believe how easy this was. Alrighty, so the first thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to set my Instant Pot to the saute option, and I'm going to add in 1 teaspoon of vegetable oil. And I did pick my Instant Pot up and kind of move around the pot a little bit to spread that oil around. And now we are going to add in our 2 whisked eggs. Alright, and we are going to go ahead and scramble these eggs till they are light and fluffy. And we will go ahead and transfer those to a plate once they are finished cooking. Alrighty, so once we get our egg out of the pot here, we're going to add in our other tablespoon of vegetable oil, and then we'll add in 3 cloves of minced garlic. We're going to go ahead and saute the garlic until it's nice and fragrant. It takes about a minute. At this point, you're going to turn off the saute option, and we're going to add a little bit of the chicken broth in to kind of get the burned stuff off of the bottom so you don't get a burn notice when your Instant Pot is cooking later on. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and add in the rest of our chicken broth, which totals up to be 1 1/4 cup. And now I'm going to go ahead and add in my 1 pound of my uncooked chicken breast, and as you can see, I have cut it down into smaller pieces. I've got 1 cup of diced carrots going in, and this is 1 1/2 cups of uncooked jasmine rice. But make sure that you rinse it very well until it runs clear. So now we're going to go ahead and we're going to pat down the jasmine rice so we make sure that everything is covered. But the ingredients say not to stir it. I'm not sure why, but I didn't stir it. We just patted it down. Alrighty, now we're going to close it up and we're going to set it to sealing. And you're not going to believe this, but you're only going to cook this for 3 minutes. And yes, the chicken was done. So for a side, I did go ahead and roast some Brussels sprouts in my air fryer. The 40% off is still good, you guys. I'll leave that link below for you if you're interested. Alright, so once the 3 minutes is up, we are going to allow the pressure to release for 10 minutes. And then we'll quick release the remaining pressure. Alright, so now we're going to add in our 3 to 4 tablespoons of soy sauce. I think I ended up doing maybe 5 tablespoons, but that's okay. And then we're also going to add in 1 teaspoon of sesame seed oil. All right, so once we have that all mixed together, we're going to go ahead and add in those peas and our scrambled egg that we set aside earlier. And once we give this a good mix, we're going to go ahead and put the lid back on just kind of askew for a few minutes to allow the peas and the egg to warm back up. All right, and dinner is served, you guys. I was very impressed with this recipe. Like I said, I have always been very intimidated by chicken fried rice, but not tonight. All right, you guys, the last meal that I'm going to share with you guys is pigs in a blanket. You can't get no easier than that. Of course, Daddy was working late again, so this was an easy recipe that I made for the boys. I think I ended up using only 5 of the crescent rolls because I did 2 for myself, 2 for Hayden, and 1 for Harrison. So all I'm doing here is I'm going to open up the crescent roll and I'm going to lay them out flat on my cutting board here. And now I've got some Colby Monterey Jack cheese. I'm just going to spread that out along the crescent roll. Alrighty, and next we're going to go ahead and add in our hot dog wieners here. And just a little side note, next time I will probably just do the regular length instead of the bun length because these kind of hung out a little bit long for me, but you know, it was still good. Alright, and I am going to be using my air fryer again tonight to make these. Alrighty, I'm going to throw these bad boys in here on 300 degrees for 10 minutes. Alright, and just like that, dinner is served. This would also be really good as a lunch. The boys really liked these and ate them right up. All right, my friends, that is going to wrap it up for this week's What's for Dinner video. I hope you have enjoyed hanging out with me. I hope I have given you some inspiration and some ideas on some simple meals to feed your family this week. I hope you will consider subscribing if you have not done so already. I would love for you to join our little family here, and I hope everyone has a wonderful rest of the week, and until next time, keep them fed.